My name is Kayla Barry. I'm from Antigua in the Caribbean, and at 2.5 years old, I was diagnosed with sublux dislocated lens. This meant that I grew up visually handicapped and legally blind, which made going through life a little more challenging than usual.
I'm Dr. Salem Zribe, optometrist in Antigua. I've been treating Kayla for the past 10 years as her optometrist. Kayla has a condition where the lens in the back of her eye is subluxated, which basically means it's not central. The lens is usually connected by threads, or what we call zonules, that places that lens strategically right behind the pupil of the eye. For Kayla, those zonules don't work, and so her lenses were basically not centered, which then creates visual problems.
So things as simple as seeing my friends in school, I didn't see them right until they came right in front of me. And that eventually led to me developing things to see them in a different light. For example, being able to recognize what color they had on for their sports team or their silhouette coming in the shadows, and that even led to teachers thinking that I wasn't being honest, that I couldn't see. But it's kind of, you learn to develop a different way of being able to function, to be able to identify in a non-traditional way.
I'm Sandra Barry, Kayla's mom. When Kayla was a baby, my dad was the first one who recognized that Kayla had an eye problem. If you would give Kayla anything to look at, even if it was her food, her spoon, anything, a picture, she would literally take it and put it right up against her eyes to look at it.
My name is George Barry. I am Kayla's father, and from my perspective, it was a difficult challenge seeing Kayla grow up with that limited amount of vision that she had. There's times when we would go past the airport because we live very close. She was always thrilled of seeing the aircraft. But whenever we park and we waited on the plane to come to land, I would say, Kayla, here it comes British Airways. And she's, where it is, Dad? And I would say, look to your left, look at 2 o'clock, look between 2 and... She wouldn't see nothing till the last second when it actually hovered over the runway. And that just made me feel sad that I could see this enormous plane coming in and she could barely see it. You just feel that you're sunken down with, what can I do? Who can I turn to find help? And I remember one time even asking God to take some years off of my life and allow Kayla to get some form of restoration with her vision so that she could enjoy some bit of decency for what to go through life.
In Kayla's situation, we had referred her to many ophthalmologists who were not on board with surgery, who thought it would be very difficult to have a lens sutured onto the eye. Remember, there's no threading or zonules to hold that lens, so how do you put a lens in the eye? And so it is a procedure that is very rarely done, and only a few people in the United States can do this procedure. The fact that she had best doctors created an easy solution, because then we could try and find a ophthalmologist in the US that would be able to do such a rare surgery.
By having best doctors, it gave us the assurance that the sky was the limit. So we could choose any doctor we wanted, and we didn't have to worry about the financial cost of it. Finally, Dr. Salem Zribe here found a surgeon, Dr. Stephen Saffron, who was willing to do the surgery, because many doctors before had said that it would not be successful if they do it. So we flew to New Jersey, he did a study on Kayla, and then we flew back and we had the surgery done. Yes, I was a little nervous, but I trust in God. The surgery lasted over 3 hours, and Dr. Saffron said it was one of the hardest surgeries he had ever done. I remember the day bringing her back to town where we work every day, and for years she would come over that hill in St. John's where we have our church, and you can see the cruise ships on that hill. And as we're coming over the hill, Kay's like, oh, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, oh, you can see the cruise ships. And I'm like, yeah, we see the cruise ships every day. And literally tears came to my eyes, because it's the first time I realized that Kayla never ever saw those cruise ships before.
Life's been very different since the surgery. It's been quite a transformation. I describe it as a dream never dreamt, because we were told no for so long, and then the miracle was able to happen. You know, thank you to God and Dr. Saffron and best doctors and everyone else involved. It has just been an amazing difference in terms of vision. Something you can't explain because nobody knew what you went through, nobody knows what you see now. It's the littlest things that make a difference. I can see rain when it falls now. People think it's so funny that I'm like, oh look, it's raining, but it's something that's a little special for me, and it's all thanks to, you know, the surgery.
Kayla proves that once you focus and you get the proper help, you can achieve your goal.